take until somebody's in that routine?
Yeah. Of course, it depends so much upon your support system. But that's what I love about Beachbody's home workouts, because I don't know how many of you were buying home workouts before Beachbody, but they're just really lame. Like, I remember thinking, there's no way they're gonna let me do this stuff because it's so hard. And they're like, do it, because everything else until that point on video was soft. I guess that's the only way you can describe it, is just, lay down on the floor and do some slow leg circles and lose 70 pounds. Hell no, that ain't gonna happen. You have to sweat, and you have to sweat a lot, and it's gonna hurt, but it feels great, and you get addicted to that. It's a high. So truly, the people who are most successful are the people who have accountability, period. And accountability can be a journal, it can be a coach, it can be Wowie, it can be a message board, but the more layers of accountability that you have, the more likely you are to be successful. It's one of the reasons why I teach. That's my accountability. I'm gonna show up. I know I'm gonna get my workout in because I have people waiting there. And so for people who have a difficult time staying disciplined, for those of you who are trying to help someone find that discipline, put in layers of accountability until just behave your way to fit. Behave like you're fit. That's what I love about Biggest Loser, is they put those people on that show and they don't treat them like fat people. They treat them like athletes, and they don't allow them to make excuses. And then before long, they start thinking of themselves as athletes and eating like athletes and training like athletes. And so for those of you who struggle, and maybe it's with someone in your own home, now that's really frustrating. It might be somebody who's very close to you who you can't get them on that path. Just help keep them accountable, but don't nag. Be a great example. Invite, put it on their terms. But nobody wants to be nagged, and everybody knows if they need to lose weight. No one needs to be told. There's nothing more hurtful you can do than to tell someone they need to get in shape. They know it. So to just lead by example and to be there when they're ready is probably the most important thing we can do.
Sean, anything else on that in terms of just how do people get started in programs and drive through to that point where it becomes sort of a regular part of their daily activity?
Yeah, with Beachbody programs, we all have the calendar for you to follow, which I think is a great tool, a great tool for a beginner and somebody who's ready to commit. However, when I used to train people one-on-one, I used to do their diet and their training process the same. I wanted them to stay, I didn't want them to, if they weren't ready. Some people, when they buy these programs, they're like, I'm ready to make a lifestyle change, and boom, go. But there's some people who aren't ready to commit 100%, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. For me, it's like, I'd rather you eat one meal a day than change every single thing about you and the way you eat so that you get burnt out like this. I'd rather you do one workout a week and make it last for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and then the next 3 weeks you do 2 workouts a week, and so on and so forth. So you stay focused and stay committed. I'm just not about the die hard, go in if you're not ready. With that said, if you're ready, you need to go for it. If you are mentally focused and ready to go all the way in, you have to. I think once you get over this certain threshold of there's the bottom threshold of I don't know if I want to do this or not, but I want to lose weight, and you need to lose weight, but you're still finding excuses. And then you go right over this threshold. It's I really want to do it. I really want to commit. If you're over that threshold, you have to go for it all the way. If you're under that threshold, take your time, do what you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it's interesting. So much of it is a psychological.